Happy Resurrection Day. You know, today we're talking about unstoppable hope. And the reason that we can tell you that you can have unstoppable hope in your life is because Jesus Christ raised from the dead only 3 days after being crucified. But the story doesn't end there. Jesus is still at work in people's lives today. He's still resurrecting lives. He's still doing miracles and turning lives around. And we wanted to share with you a couple of real life stories from within our own church. So I sat down and interviewed Greg and Lydia Gonzales and Tim Brown. And we want you to hear those stories in this service today. So let's start with Greg and Lydia.
On August 10th, I was admitted to the hospital. I was diagnosed with advanced cardiomyopathy. I had a lot of the church family come and pray for me, and the hospital sent me home on hospice with only 2 weeks to live. And so far, it's been 7 months.
It's an enlarged heart, and Greg's is to the place where it's so advanced that it's completely collapsed his left lung. And so there's no turning back from that, short from a miracle of God, but the only thing now is a heart transplant. Well, that was the last thing that we both expected, and needless to say, when the diagnosis was given, I felt like the rug was pulled from under me, and my faith and everything, I really questioned God, did not understand. The church family came and lifted me up, but I was really in shock. The doctor took me aside and told me the severity of the situation and said that I needed to go home and make preparations because my husband may not even leave the hospital. Well, normally the heart is the size of a fist, and Greg's is so large that it takes up the size of his lung. The kidneys began to fail, and as normally happens in the advanced stages of any terminal illnesses, the rest of the body begins to follow suit. So first of all, it was kidneys, and there was a short period where they actually were thinking of putting him on dialysis, but we believe that God turned that around for the good. The doctors are still scratching their head because in their books, I don't know if anywhere else, but in their books, they have never had anyone with this advanced stage of cardiomyopathy to live beyond 3 months.
Well, trusting in God has made the difference. If you trust in God, all things are possible.
I cried onto him, and he heard my voice and had mercy on me.